Bentusov the other way. Bentusov shot, score! Nikita Bentusov!
Desmond near side, Bubman,
wow.
one-timer. It's behind him. Shot, score! Tyler Gebauer on the rebound.
Versus Gagnon, up in the air, gets it down, in all alone. Oh my goodness! Somebody.
It's loose. It's
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ice House here in Greeley, Colorado. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate. This is the UNC Hockey. It's the home opener, and it's Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at the Ice House. I fight for Mom, survivor of breast cancer.
I fight for my grandma, Joanne, Amy, and Rachel.
And it's going to be a good one tonight. All the players are wearing jerseys with names on the back of them that are honoring their friends or family that are fighting cancer in the pregame ceremonies, which we will also bring to you. We will be honoring 4 different Greeley community members in their fight for cancer. And after all of the festivities go aside, a packed house, Ben, for the home opener as the UNC Bears, fresh off a win last weekend, take on DU.
Yeah, and they're back in the Ice House for their first home game of the season in front of a crowd that has absolutely loved them for years. And I think they had a good record on the road. They really did. But now that they're back home, it's going to be lights out for this team. They're going to want to put on a show for this crowd.
Well, and this is the 3rd annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night here for the UNC Bears program. You mentioned the good record on the road. They went 3-1-2 away from the Ice House, picking up wins at CSU and CU. Big for them moving forward. The big story so far for them, Cameron Taggart with 4 goals already and Colin Schmelka with 5.
Yeah, and there was a bit of discrepancy between whether we had a hat trick in the last game or not. Turns out we didn't, according to the scorers, but I'm sure it counts all just the same. These hot starts by these players is not gone unnoticed by the fans or by the coaching staff.
And the other thing that'll be interesting to keep in mind going forward tonight is Ashton Opperman is the number 1 goalie, but Sean Cascaden in last week's game as the UNC Bears take the ice. Last week, Sean Cascaden faced 36 shots and had 34 saves. As they've rolled the carpet out there at center ice, as we mentioned earlier, Ben, they're going to honor 4 Greeley community members here before the game in their fight against cancer. And staying with the ice, you know, we mentioned everything that's going on ice as the UNC Bears have taken up position on their blue line. What's the one thing you're looking for on a night like this with this much energy in the building for UNC?
Well, there's going to be a lot of energy in the building, and there's going to be a lot of passion in the building. This is a thing that is it's Hockey Fights Cancer Night. That brings up a lot of emotions already. And I think if UNC can channel those emotions and just play for those people, like, as I said, they have their names on the back of their jerseys, I think they're going to get off to a hot start, and I think it'll go well for them. It'll be a meaningful night for everyone involved.
Yeah, and I agree with you as they are doing the introductions here as we are going to get ready to start with our ceremony here to honor the 4 Greeley community members that are being recognized this evening. The first member that of the Greeley community that's going to be recognized tonight is going to be Daisy Walsh. She is going to be accompanied at center ice by Chase Upson, the UNC defender, the senior from Lakewood. Daisy Walsh is 12 years old and was diagnosed at age 6 with relapsed medulloblastoma, otherwise known as brain cancer, and began treatment in April 2013. Daisy's had a total of 85 doses of radiation to the brain and spine and multiple types of chemotherapy. Currently, she travels to Georgia monthly for immunotherapy and chemotherapy. With Daisy tonight is her family along with friend and lacrosse team Allie. Daisy's in the 6th grade and wants to be an artist when she grows up. She likes elephants because one day they might hold the cure for cancer.
The next community member being recognized is Mike Cruder. Mike was diagnosed with 1.5-stage throat and neck cancer in early August 2018. Mike's treatment started in mid-August and is currently ongoing. He receives radiation every day and chemo twice a week. Unfortunately, due to his continued treatment, Mike was unable to travel to Colorado for tonight's game. His brother Jim and sister-in-law Debbie, as well as his niece Erin, are accepting the award on his behalf. Mike works for the Illinois State Crime Commission and is a recipient of 4 Presidential Service Awards from the White House. Mike was also a semi-pro baseball player and a coach for over 20 years. Now Michael is a mentor for local students and a stand-up comedian.
And accompanying the Cruders there was Cade Boring. The third community member that's going to be honored tonight will be Patricia Farrington. Patricia was diagnosed with stage 4 small lung cancer that spread to the brain in October of 2017. She's been undergoing chemotherapy and radiation and is still fighting. Patricia will not be in attendance tonight, but her nephew, number 11, Michael Vieira, will be at center ice honoring her. And also joining Michael at center ice there are Truman Gonzalez and Chase Upson.
And the final member of the community that will be recognized is Carter Eggeter. 7-year-old Carter Eggeter was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia on January 31st of 2017. Carter has undergone chemotherapy and is in remission. Carter's end of treatment is slated for sometime in July of 2020. Tonight he is joined by his mom and dad, sister, grandpa, grandma Becky, grandma Bobby, and auntie, as well as his best friend from hockey, Robbie, and his parents. Carter has been playing hockey since he was 3 years old and aspires to become a goalie. Playing hockey is what helps him get through the most get through his battle with cancer.
And Carter is joined down at center ice with Chase Upson, Truman Gonzalez, Ashton Opperman, and it looks like Michael Vieira are the 4 skaters that are out there. Carter is in a uniform. He skated around, took passes during warm-ups this evening as well. And he will be performing the ceremonial puck drop this evening for the 2 teams. As now skating to center ice are the 2 captains, Colin Chimelka and Christos Koukas there for Denver. And Carter has dropped the puck. They're going to have him do it one more time to make sure they get a photo of him as the crowd cheers him on. And there it is. A wonderful start to a Friday evening in Greeley. A reminder that hockey is more than a game. It is a family. And it is a family that stands together to fight cancer. We're still waiting on the word for starting lineups this evening, as we are now going to have a moment of silence for those who have lost the fight to cancer. So we will go silent for 10 to 15 seconds.
You know, Brendan, some things just go beyond the game, and I feel like tonight's one of those nights where we get a look into playing a sport is a wonderful thing to do, but it is also something that happens in the real world. And when events like this happen, or things like this happen, it's great to have something like hockey where we can focus all of our attention on something, but also support a great cause, and that's what's going on tonight, and I think that's what this entire event is about.
Yeah, and the big thing with tonight is the turnout has been incredible. It is a standing room only crowd here at the Ice House in Greeley. It's a night and a moment where everyone's able to look beyond hockey. As they're introducing the starting lineup, we'll get those to you once we get them, just because the public address announcer, at least in our headsets, is a bit muffled,
Yeah,
to say the least.
We have headsets on. It's a little bit difficult to understand him. You guys can probably hear him a little better than we can.
Well, it looks like the last two starters, at least on defense, are going to be Peyton Norder and Kyle Sun. And in net is going to be, I believe it's Brian Sharp there for the DU Pioneers. DU comes in 2-4 on the year. These two teams have both played a common opponent, Ben. They both played the University of Mary and lost. So we'll see how that commonality where it goes going forward as the Bears starters are about to be introduced. The first starter is going to be Tyler Weber. He's number 4. And as a reminder, all the players tonight are playing as also stepping up. Garrett Wood will start tonight. Brant Hebel will be the second or the third forward starter. This is a line Weber, Wood, and Hebel that started quite a few games for them this year. Chase Upson will be one of the two starters on defense for the Bears this evening. And Michael Vieira is the fifth skater to start with Ashton Opperman in net. And if you can see from the camera angle, the players tonight are playing not with their own names on their jerseys, Ben, but they're playing with the names, like we said, of those that they want to honor their fight against cancer. As we are now going to sing the national anthem, and for that our mics will go quiet. And that was the national anthem for DU. The other three, at least forward starters, are as follows. Ryan Gandy will get the start, as will the team captain, Christos Koukas. That's 22 and 26. And the third forward starter for the DU Pioneers is going to be Chris Lugg. Lugg had a hat trick last time out for the DU Pioneers in their 7-4 loss versus the Buffaloes of CU. Looks like we're short a cameraman tonight, so Ben's going to be pulling double duty.
Stay frosty, people. It's been a while since I've commentated and run camera.
Well,
we'll see how I do this.
They're rolling up the carpet. The celebration, the pregame is over. The hockey about to commence here from a packed Greeley Ice House. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate here. The first regular season broadcast of the year. The first time the UNC Bears have played at home. Ben, you just chime in whenever you want because you're double dipping on camera.
I mean, I was going to say I apologize if I'm a little bit more quiet than I normally am. I'm sure I'll find time to chip in with certain quips and witticisms that I come up with, but...
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we brought our wood back.
We did. Here, well...
We brought the wood back, so there's that. We've got that. Don't mind the vacant chair here. We're going to get ready to go here.
That's for me, but we're going to go back to the ice.
Opening draw is won by UNC. Vieira in his own zone holds with it. Banks one off the boards. Hebel will touch it along, and the Pioneers pick it up. It's slung ahead by Kyle Sun. Chasing it down in the corner. That's going to be icing, as Upson and Gandy were both going for it on the race. I guess that means I have to man the clock tonight, doesn't it?
You know,
that's going to be problematic.
Tonight's going to be a fun night, guys. We're going to have a raffle to see who gets to operate camera during the game.
Face-off here to the right of Sharp is won by the Bears. Going behind the net is Tyler Weber. Weber now. Out in front, it's loose in the slot. And now it'll trickle behind the net. Weber there, dragged down by Koukas' stick. Referees are going to let that slide now as Peyton Norder pinned the puck up. Shot in front and a save by Sharp. Trying to get it out of the zone there and fanning on it was Lugg. Recovering is Weber. His shot is blockered aside there by Sharp as UNC controlling the tempo early. Backhand pass along Hebel. Hebel throws it in front. It never made it through. Blocked. It goes back to Hebel. His shot is blocked there by Norder, who didn't know where the puck had gone. On the far wing, a little chip clear, and it'll accomplish the job and get the Pioneers some changes. Vieira, quick sling ahead. He was looking for Boring. It skitters off Sun's stick, and the Pioneers recover nicely. That was Kaufman, who chipped it out of the zone. Recovering in his own end now, quickly up to Cade Boring. He had a goal last weekend. Boring now shifts ahead for Taggart. Taggart had a pair. There's a one-time shot and a save by Sharp. Good setup there for Brian Brink.
Right out of the gate, UNC has been on the attack a lot. I like to see that. It's showing good energy for these home fans.
Face-off will come to the left of Sharp. In to take it is Chimelka. And Chimelka wins it to his winger. Now back at the point, holding the zone nicely was Brian Brink. And carrying with it is Chimelka. Chimelka and Brink, now Franceschini. The senior line here for the Bears. Boring, fakes picking it up and lets it run to Chimelka. He swings it around Taggart here on the near wing end boards. Taggart quickly into the slot. That kicks off of Michael Kaufman's skates and precariously wide. Holding in the far corner there, that's Taggart. Taggart there, pressured and worked over by Kaufman. There's a hard bump here by Waterman. Into the slot, there's a shot and just missed. Rebound, he threw it through the slot, did Boring. Another slap shot and a kick save by Sharp as UNC is peppering the Pioneer goal early. In front shot and a save by Sharp on Chimelka. There's going to be a penalty coming.
And you mentioned it earlier when we were talking. The save percentage for DU is at 8 point, I can't remember the exact number.
852.
852. UNC must have gotten the same report we had because they are peppering the net here early.
And all that offensive zone time is going to lead to the UNC power play, their first of the evening, as Michael Kaufman gets the gate for hooking. So here with 17:46 to go in the period, the Bears will pick up their power play. Face-off is won. Setting up are the Bears behind the net, and firing it around and clearing almost was Norder, blocked up at the line by Brink. In front, Taggart wanted a redirect there from Gonzalez. Gonzalez, counting the preseason, has got 5 goals in his past 8 games. A hot start to the year for him. Entering the zone is Garrett Wood. Faked it, threw it in front. He wanted to redirect, and it wasn't there. Puck held at the line by Brink. Brink to Taggart through a lot of bodies and traffic, and a good save by Sharp. Well, so far for doing double duty, we're not doing too bad on camera and clock.
We only have about a 3-second difference from the game clock to what we actually
Which
have.
Which is our over-under. That's where we wanted to be anyway.
That is our over-under, so let's see if we can keep it up for the rest of the night, huh?
Seibold in to take the draw, and he wins it. And now setting it up are the Bears. Here at the near point, Weber. Weber cycles it in there for Boring. Boring's shot was blocked, and it's going to get out of the zone, and a chance on a counter for Shane Bennett. Bennett spins away to kind of kill some time, and he'll put it behind the net there. Bodied up was Waterman. He's hit there by 2 UNC Bears. And now Hebel here on the near wing. Hebel can't control. It's one away from him, and that clearing effort hit the referee on the backside of the head, and the zone is held, albeit fortuitously, for UNC. Controlling it is Seibold. Near point, Franceschini shot. He was looking near side and no one home. Hebel collects the rebound. Controls it, works away from a chop from Ben Goldman. Back at the point now, Weber. He'll give it to Seibold. Seibold down low there for Hebel. The Bears change places. Hebel shot. It deflected off the stick in the slot. That was Sun who got a piece of it. And now able to get it out is Kyle Sun, but just for a moment. Seibold controls. He's forechecked by Sun here. 14 seconds to go on the penalty that was assessed to Michael Kaufman for hooking. Hebel now on the near wing. Passes it. Shot and a goal. It's in for Jake Seibold. And the UNC Bears have a 1-0 lead. 4:08 into the first period.
A power play goal there for the Bears with 6 seconds left on the penalty. Almost getting the penalty kill was DU, but instead UNC is now up 1-0.
That'll be Jake Seibold's 4th goal of the year. That one comes on the power play. So, Ben, a big one. The Bears able to cash in with the man advantage, something they struggled a little bit with in the preseason.
Yeah, they showed amazing ability to score shorthanded, but not so much on the power play. It's great to see it there.
Well, and McKee and Kashiwa will step in for the faceoff. They're going to do it all over again. Like we said, that goal is to Jake Seibold. We'll double check on the assists. Once we get it, we'll let you know. Faceoff is won by McKee, back to his point man. And now here on the near wing and holding was Norris. Norris gives it along to Knudsen, who punches it into the zone. DU controls and tries to exit. They cannot do so. Holding is McKee into the slot. Shot and a near miss there from Colby Schaefer, who was trying to go blocker side. DU struggling to get out of the zone. That's going to go all the way down to the other end for icing, as it was Erickson who was back there trying to pick it up for the UNC Bears. So like I said, that goal goes to Jake Seibold at 4:08. Face-off will come here to the Sharps' right. It'll be McKee, and he'll do battle with Kashiwa again. This time McKee gets the better of it. Shot, aiming high blocker side was Porter, and he missed the net. That chops off a couple sticks at the far point and up into the mesh. Out of play.
So far, I've liked UNC's ability to stay on the attack. They were got off early with the penalty kill, which gave them a great opportunity, but they're showing just as much energy when DU is at full strength.
Face-off is won by the Pioneers here in the near corner. Kaplan trying to chase it free for the Pioneers. He cannot do so. Winning it away there, and now controlling are the Bears. That's Porter. He'll swing it back to the point through a bunch of bodies that never made it through. Good deflection effort by McKee. Schaefer also tried for a redirect as he backhands one through the slot. Nobody home. Pioneers controlling the neutral zone, trying to get something going forward was Chris Lugg. He will not be able to, as Denver here is just pinned up in their own end. A good bump there by Colin Chemelka, and they're going to call, I think it's offside.
Up tripping.
Oh, they are going to get Chemelka, I think. Let's see. No, they're going to get Gannon Erickson. Is going to get the boot here for 2 minutes. So DU is going to get their first power play of the night with 14:42 to go.
Yeah, a chance for a little bit of redemption off of that first power play. It's on UNC now to show what they're made of and make this stop.
Face-off is won by the Pioneers, and they will set it up. At the far point, there is Sun. Sun swings it back, and it skips beyond Goldberg and out of the zone. Excuse me, that's Shane Bennett, 19 and not 16. Bennett now resets in his own zone with speed. Bennett, saucer pass ahead for Kaufman, down the near wing. Kaufman gains the zone, he shoots and he scores. So Michael Kaufman, who got dinged for the hooking penalty earlier in the game that cost them their first goal, gets it back. A quick response for the Pioneers. That's Kaufman's 3rd goal of the season.
Yeah, and as I said, UNC showed great ability of preventing power play goals on their end, but right there, they let it through very early into that penalty. Not much on the penalty kill there for UNC to take away.
And that one will come at 5:41 of the first period as the Bears will win the ensuing draw. It's Vieira now. Gives it to Hebel. Hebel banks it ahead off the boards, and it was met there by Sun. A high pass off the glass, skips through, and now with some speed, Garrett Wood. He's forechecking hard on Kukas, and that's going to skitter down the ice on the far wing. The officials are going to call it icing at the last gasp. 13:54 to go in the first period. Here from the Ice House, Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate running the 2-man game this evening.
Making sure our viewers at home get UNC hockey. That's all. That's our main concern.
Face-off is won by DU and chipped up and gloved down. That was Norder who chopped it ahead, and it was Gandy who knocked it down. Now the Bears gain the zone with some speed. Here's Brian Brink. Brink tries to twist it pass in front. He works it free, and momentarily controlling was Weber, but he lost it. Now exiting the zone on 2 very nice moves was Michael Kaufman, and the DU bench wanted a tripping call. Franceschini's shot deflected off the stick and goes wide. Into the corner now, a hard hit and a slap shot. That's going to take a couple of bounces, and Sharp has to fight it off as play is blown dead. So the net had come off its moorings there when Sharp bumped into it to try and keep the skittering puck out. So the faceoff is going to come outside the DU end. In to take the draw is Colin Chimelka. He will be opposed by Kaufman. Chimelka, a clean win to Franceschini. A hard shot from Brink. That was right on at Sharp, who covered up the rebound. Brink was halfway between the center ice line and the blue line.
Yeah, you can't logically take a shot much longer than that one unless there's an empty net. So, trying to catch them out by surprise, I guess Brink is, and it almost worked.
Face off, it's to the left of Sharp. Chimelka, another win. He's 2 for 2 in the circle tonight. Chimelka controls, works free of Goldberg's trouble, and now passes it back to the point, Franceschini. Franceschini banks it off the boards and behind the DU net. Chimelka there bodied up. Taggart working. So this line here is Taggart, Boring, and Chimelka, the senior line that's also accounted for 10 goals already this year. Low shot stopped by Opperman. Rebound, skitters wide. The shot on the far point from Kaplan was off the mark. And now Cade Boring with some speed. Boring waits, twirls it back to the forehand, looking in the slot, took a bounce. Franceschini now. Bank pass off the boards. Boring with the backhand puts it along. Now Boring wins it back. Still has it in front. Taggart, point blank opportunity and a kick save Sharp. Cameron Taggart was looking to add to his team lead in goals as DU banks it off the glass and out, and that'll go for another icing penalty. What am I saying? It really has been 3 weeks since I've done this.
Well, we've kind of been thrown back into the fire here. If anyone would like to come down to the Greeley Ice House and you've operated a camera before, please come find us. We're in the back of the fan section.
Yeah, you'll see us. We're the only gentlemen wearing suits. Seibold wins the draw back. There's a shot from the point. That was from Knudsen. It goes wide. A backhanded effort on the rebound from the UNC goal scorer, Seibold. Nothing doing. Can't get it out. DU again. Still, they've had trouble all night clearing it past the line. They finally banked that off the glass, and when they do, that is going to go down for icing again.
Yeah, too much stoppage of play whenever DU is able to get momentum going as I'm moving the clock the wrong direction. And now I've done something completely crazy. There we go.
You know, there's a reason that we usually call the games and don't operate the equipment.
I have an inability to speak and click buttons at the exact same time.
Yeah, it's not really my best talent either. That one's banked off the glass and gets as far as the blue line, where once again, DU able to get it only as far as out. Norris waits with it, try to bank pass, comes down. There's a whipped shot from Truman Gonzalez. Gonzalez banks it off Kaplan's helmet as David Kaplan's going to control it. Whip it off the boards behind his net, and now Goodman. Goodman spun away from the hit and got the puck out. That one's chipped up through the rafters. That was impressive. Good work from Paul Norris. That's knowing your home arena.
That is. They say when you're golfing, trees are 75% air. I guess the rafters are too. Also, I've never noticed that with trees while golfing.
In front, there's a shot in the goal! It's Truman Gonzalez again. He's done it again. Gonzalez is 4th of the season, and this one is shaping up to be, you guessed it, a humdinger.
Quite the humdinger going on. I knew you were going to get the word in eventually. And honestly, I'm quite glad you did. The net did come off its moorings there at the end of the play. Haven't seen any signal of whether it came off before or after. It looks like they're still going to call it a goal, however.
Yeah, there's no hesitation at the booth. They're just relaying who's going to get the official points for it. So with 10:59 to go in the first, already 3 goals handed out, 2 to the Bears and 1 to the Pioneers. Here comes Upson down the far wing. Upson with it. Throws it in front. Kick save. It's loose and batted away from trouble. And now trying to start up on the counter is Charles Hollington. He wanted the lead pass. It was defended admirably there by Colby Schaefer as the whistle is going to get blown. A high stick played on the puck.
I thought we were going to get away with that high sticking there. I saw it too, but apparently not.
Well,
maybe I thought I was just seeing things and hoping for the best, but
no, wishful thinking is completely fine. 10:40 to go in the first period, and Ben, UNC has already outshot DU 12-2, and that high sticking penalty is going to go to Mitch Porter. And so the Denver Pioneers are going to get their second power play of the night. They've already converted once on the Michael Kaufman goal. Face-off now won by the Bears and pinned in the corner by Vieira. Vieira there, bodied up and met by Kyle Sun and Chris Lugg. It's finally worked free there for Kukas. Still in the corner now, as that's been a solid 15 seconds killed off. Upson worked over, he got it to Norder. Norder now back to the point and held just barely there by Kyle Sun. Sun makes a move, throws it in front. He wanted the one-time redirect from Chris Lugg, who we mentioned in the pregame had a hat trick last weekend. Out at the near point here, a fake slap shot from Gandy. Throw it in front, Opperman saved it, and the Bears clear the zone. And now on the forecheck, it's Nick Buchholz. Buchholz here. Tried to work over his man, Kukas with the check, and here come the Pioneers with speed down the far wing. It's Gandy. Gandy led the team with 28 goals last year. He puts the pass into the slot. Nobody home. DU holds the zone and sets up. Across there, it's Goldberg. Back to Gandy. Shot through everybody. Opperman made one save, two saves, and three to kick them all aside and get it into the corner. Clearing effort, Fandon. There's a shot from Gandy. Wanted to go short side. It's blocked wide, and that's rimmed around and out by Brian Brink, the senior all-conference defender last year. Setting up now on their own end, it's Mckee on the forecheck. Leah Mckee did not play last weekend at Colorado State in their 6-2 win. There's a loose puck nearly given away, and now it is. Schaefer, drop pass Mckee. Shot it, and Sharp made the save as that one went right into the middle of the sweater.
Amazingly, we're only off by 2 seconds.
We're doing good. We're going to get
good.
there. This faceoff will come to the left of Sharp as the penalty-killing unit's going to continue to be Schaefer, Mckee, Norris, and Knudsen. Face-off is won by the Pioneers. That was Kaufman who won the draw. Got it back to his point man. Bennett holds with it. And he'll dart it ahead. Here comes Ben Goldberg. Drop pass there. Holding it at the line. Power play about to expire. That redirect goes wide. That's rimmed around and held at the line. And now trying to expedite an offensive opportunity. The Bears are at full strength here. Out of the box is Hebel. Hebel now had it for a moment. It's going to get chipped back to Knudsen, who banked it off the glass. Met there and a turnover, and Wood nearly got that one for a counterattack. Now Knudsen. Behind his own net, Knudsen slides it ahead for Hebel. Hebel now tried the saucer pass, but it was redirected by Kukas in neutral ice. Intercepted again by UNC. Here's Weber. Weber now worked over and won away by Goodman. It's chipped ahead. Now with speed, Gandy down the far wing. Gandy defended well by Vieira. He gets it ahead to Weber. Weber down the far wing, tried to drop it. Hebel was there. Slung it into the slot with no one there as he was trying to find Garrett Wood. .737 and counting to go in the first period. Ignore the fact that I have not started the clock yet because I forgot. Shot in front, and oh man, Ryan Gandy had his stick in the air. He thought he'd buried it. Instead, he missed the net. Hebel now the other way. Drop pass, nobody there except coming ahead is Chris Lugg. He'll hit a bouncer towards Opperman, who will glove and cover with 7:16 to go in the first period.
I can fix this. I can fix this. I got this.
So Ben is our technological wizard.
Shazam. Why is it going? Okay.
we're within 2 seconds again. Nothing happened.
We are within. What are you talking about? Yeah, nothing's wrong.
Face-off will be to the left of Opperman. It's Kashiwa and Chimelka. Chimelka wins another draw. He's 3 for 4 in the first period in the face-off circle. Saucer pass is intercepted there, and now one ahead, and here comes Chimelka. Tried a cross-slot pass for Taggart, but it was intercepted. There's a hard hit by Brian Brink, and the Bears hold the zone, at least for the moment. Norder there. That's going to get chopped ahead. Dietrich exits the zone, and there, breaking through is Hollington. Hollington shot right into Opperman and a save. I like the defensive work there by Franceschini. He could have gambled and tried to poke the puck away and given up a breakaway, or he stayed back and forced the shooter into a bad spot.
He did, and that has a lot to do with trusting your goalie as well. Thinking that I have to single-handedly stop this guy from getting in scoring position is not a good way to play defense in hockey. So the fact that he was able to block off the guy in a safe way that allowed a shot to happen, but an easily blocked shot, goes a long way for the team.
Well, this faceoff will be to Opperman's right, and in to take it is going to be Kaufman, and Chimelka wins another one. He's on it tonight in the faceoff circle. Kaufman passes it over to Waterman. Waterman waits, gives it out. That shot is blocked, and that'll go up into the mesh on the effort from Shane Bennett. And you mentioned having trust in your goalkeeper, and with good reason so far this season. Ashton Opperman has continued to be his fantastic self in net. He's already got a shutout. He's got a save percentage over .910.
Yeah, and he's earned that trust the team is showing him both last season and this season, off to a very good start.
Behind the net and trying to exit the zone now, Knudsen. He'll get a bank shot up into center ice, and it's quickly chopped back by Norder. 6:20 and counting to go in the first period here from the Ice House. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shumate. Home run pass is going to work. Down the wing, it's Buchholz. His shot is stopped by Sharp, and the rebound trickled just wide. Buchholz tried to lay off the pass there for Gonzalez. He's got one of UNC's 2 tonight. Thrown in front, turnover to goal! Truman Gonzalez, he scores again!
It's always exciting being on hat trick watch when you're in the first period.
Brian Sharp had the shot come right at him. He misplayed the rebound, bobbled it in front of him, and Truman Gonzalez was right there to collect goal number 5 on the year.
What a great start by the Bears. They have a power play goal and 2 full-strength goals, showing that it doesn't matter who's on the ice, they're going to score, and they're going to shoot a lot.
Well, and if you go back to last weekend against the Colorado State Rams and their 4-goal onslaught in the third period, including 3 goals in the final 5 minutes of the game, Ben, they've now played 15 minutes of hockey and scored 6 goals. In the zone now, drop pass, got caught in his skates, did Norris, as UNC gunning for another goal here. Behind the net now, thrown in front, nobody home. It was a good pass from Buchholz, but the Pioneers able to intercept and go the other way. Good work back and forth. Lug shot, glove save Opperman. He thought about playing it and decided not to.
If there's one thing we've learned from tonight, don't take a camera person for granted.
Oh, absolutely not. I never do.
No, me neither, but
but frankly, before coming to Greeley, that wasn't something I had to worry about doing radio only. So that was kind of nice, I guess. But here it's easier to, criticize and see just how bad I am at this job.
Say what you will, this is going on my resume.
Oh, absolutely. This is an extra bullet point for sure.
I am now a professional camera operator for hockey broadcasts.
There was a shot that goes harmlessly wide by Dietrich. He was being pressured while he shot it. Wasn't able to get a good look at goal. Trying to chop it free and able to do so there was Goodman. He gains the zone down the near wing. Throws it in front in an excellent back-checking play from Mitch Porter to break up the pass. And it'll come all the way back down. It's a foot race. And there goes Colby Schaefer again. He can fly. He's got to be the fastest guy on the team.
He's got to be. He's got to be one of the fastest guys in the league altogether.
And breaking out 1-on-3 and an excellent shoulder check there from Mitch Porter. He put Gandy on the ice, and now here's Leah Mckee. Shot saved by Sharp. And that's the second or third time we've seen somebody take that shot on the near side. And Sharp has looked, shall we say, not very confident in corralling that loose rebound.
Maybe not very sharp. Are we going to talk about that? Are we?
I'm not mad. I'm impressed.
I'm amazed you didn't see that when you were talking about him.
You know, my brain isn't wired for puns necessarily.
That's all my brain is wired for. It's not even wired for starting the clock because that's what I haven't done yet.
That's okay. That's probably my job. That's going to be a high stick. His play will stop here with 4:13 to go in the first period. UNC jumps out to a 3-1 lead behind a pair of goals from Truman Gonzalez and Jake Seibold getting on the board for the fourth time this year. As we mentioned in the pregame, this is their first home contest of the season as the faceoff is won by UNC. Franceschini pitches it across there for Brink. Brink got it up, and that's batted down. Good work there from Michael Kaufman, as some fans wanted a high stick, but they will not get it. Now trying to work free, Norder pinned his man down, and now Garrett Wood had speed, and he overskated the puck. Wood still able to hold it up against the zone there, or against the boards and chop it into the slot, nobody home. Here come the Pioneers. Trying the lead pass was Kaufman. It bounces off a few players, chipped off the glass and out. Holding and gaining the zone now and with speed. Here's Waterman. He's in and he scores. He goes high glove side just under the crossbar. And David Waterman picks up his second goal of the year. He's got points in back-to-back games for the Pioneers. And this is a 3-2 hockey game.
Yeah, you said it. We do have a humdinger on our hands. Neither of these teams are backing down, and they're showing they're going to play aggressive hockey. DU only with 7 shots on net, but they've managed to get 2 of them to go in. Hopefully Opperman can start blocking some of these shots and help UNC get control of this defensive play.
Faceoff is won by the Bears. That's going to be banked off the boards in the neutral zone. The Pioneers will receive it. Playing catch, or trying to rather, were Kaplan and Goldberg. Ben Goldberg, naturally a forward, has been pressed into defense duty tonight for the Denver Pioneers. That's going to go all the way down for icing.
With this stoppage in play, if you have anything you would like to tell us, reach out to us on Twitter. I am at Ben_Shumate, SHUMATE _REP. So if you want to tell me how terrible my camera work has been, I will not blame you.
I'm at all lowercase BRENJ Price and the number 3. Feel free to hit us up with comments, questions, things you want to know, things you don't want to know. Here on the broadcast, that shot from the point is blocked. Excellent defensive work from Kukas. He'll give it ahead for Chris Lugg. Lugg's low shot, blocked aside by Opperman. Gandy, quick fire. Opperman, blocker saving that puck. Dangerously hung around in the slot as that directed off of Opperman's gear in a way that I don't think anyone was prepared for.
That puck was hit so hard it hit the screen, and there's now a mark on this.
I see it.
On the glass where the puck hit, right there.
Yeah. That I don't know which DU defender it was. I think it was Charles Hollington that banked that thing off the glass or already chipped it, which is always impressive.
I'm not mad about it. It was loud. It scared me because I didn't know really what was happening, but that's okay.
That's me during all the warm-ups. Don't worry about it. all of warm-ups. You know, when I don't have to be, practicing and being professional on air, I scream like a little girl. It's really bad.
I'm waiting for the moment you do that on air.
Hollington in the corner puts it in front and is saved by Opperman there. And now recovering nicely is Paul Norris. Norris gets it ahead, gets it back, and now trying to pass it and get it to Upson, but unable to do so. Knudsen back in his own zone. He'll fire it ahead, Norris. Norris tried to pass off the boards, and it was deflected and interrupted by Hollington. There's going to be a penalty coming up behind the play, and it's going to be on UNC, as heading to the bench is Sharp and touching the puck is Paul Norris. So with $1:57 to go in the first period, headed to the penalty box is going to be Colin Chimelka, the captain, and DU's going to get their second power play of the evening. They're 1 for 1. Five-man unit for the Pioneers is going to be Kaufman, Waterman, Bennett, and then at the point, it's going to be Dietrich. And it looks like Ben Goldberg. 5 forwards on the ice for the Pioneers as they set up the power play. Goldberg, far point, slide pass, and a hard one. Shot, Opperman stopped it and covered, and now in front, Vieira and Upson tussling with David Waterman. They took exception to what they felt were a couple of extra whacks at Ashton Upperman.
Yeah, and we talked about earlier trusting your goalie. That's defending your goalie. That's actually having respect for the guy you have in net and not wanting anything wrong to come to him.
Well, the referees break it up, and the two parties continue to commiserate, converse, and canoodle.
Canoodle. Commiserate, converse, and canoodle.
Yeah.
This is why we pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, that's an alliteration I'll never be able to come up with again.
I make the puns. You do the alliterations.
It's a grand old time here at the Ice House.
It is. Come down and say hi.
That pass into the slot blocked and finally worked out of the zone by Mitch Porter. And back to fetch it here as we are at a minute 21 to go in the first period. Setting up behind his net is Stephen Goodman. Sorry, Ben.
Oh, I was just going to say we're turning our game clock into a math problem for you guys to keep you guys sharp.
It's working for me. I can't speak for anyone else. Shot is stopped by Opperman. The net is completely off its moorings as the good old momentum took James Dietrich into the post and he couldn't stop himself. He's apologizing to Opperman. Is David Waterman for that little bump there at the end, which is always a good sign to see.
It is. It shows respect between the two teams and a nice pat on the back there, and they'll go their separate ways.
They're going to put a second UNC player in the penalty box for a cross-check. That's going to be Mitch Porter, which I think was the genesis for the momentum that sent James Dietrich into the goalpost. So now the Bears are going to have to fight off and kill off a 5-on-3 here as the fans trying to get loud and encourage the team here. Here at the near point, it's Gandy. Gandy down low, fake the shot, throw it in front, and now it's chopped and fluttered out as far as the far point. Now holding it is Kukas. He'll trade places with Gandy. Gandy now. Shot blocked. Excellent work there from Franceschini, but the zone is held by the Pioneers. Gandy waits. He is tripped. No penalty. Shot and a goal. A power play goal for Chris Lugg. It's his fourth goal in 2 games. And it's Lugg's 7th of the season. And with 37.6 to go in the first period, we're back where we started, tied.
UNC hasn't looked too sharp on the penalty kill, and giving up one there, that's the second they've given up of the game, I believe, unless I'm horribly mistaken. And now they're going on the penalty kill one more time.
Yeah, and that only erases the early minor. That Chemelka had picked up, and now it's going to be a 5-on-4 kill for the final half minute of the first period. And if they don't score the next minute, or first minute, of the second period. UNC able to clear the zone. That's good defensive work from Tim Knudsen to fire it down. He's becoming one of their more trusted penalty-killing defensemen here through the opening month of the season.
Yeah, and having that guy you can turn to come in and trust that he's going to help keep the game in check for those 2 or 4 minutes, whatever it may be, that you're shorthanded, that goes a long way.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first period here from the Ice House. A back-and-forth one here in Greeley. Denver, DU, and UNC tied at 3 as they head to the dressing room. We'll come back with the second period of hockey. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate. Stay with us. Welcome back to the second period here from the Greeley Ice House. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate.
Yes, and we have a new hero.
We do.
Here at UNC Hockey, our camera operator. Say hi. Wave to the camera. He's operating camera, so now we can do...
Try and do this, bro. Oh, cool. It's a two-man team. I like it.
All right. Back to UNC Hockey.
Recap, the first period was wild. It was a 3-3 game.
It was.
Truman Gonzalez scored 2. Everyone scored on the power play. Everyone did.
It's insane.
The Pioneers are going to come back with a man advantage. They're going to have 54 seconds of power play time after that high sticking penalty of Mitch Porter. And, given the fact that we were running around like chickens without heads in the first period, it was kind of hard to get any concrete observations besides the fact that UNC spent a lot of time in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and they spent a lot of time or not a lot of time, but when they were on the penalty kill, they spent a lot of it in their own zone with an inability to clear the puck. The good news for UNC is when they were on the attack, they kept the puck in their zone really well, and DU had a very hard time getting it out.
Well, and these two teams, when we get set for the second period, like we mentioned, DU is going to be on the power play. But the encouraging, Ben's got the Twitter thing going. Once again, find us on Twitter at BEN_Shoemate, SHUMAT_REP. And then for me, it's at Bren J. Price 3. We're going to get ready to start the second period here from the Ice House. In to take the opening draw is going to be Leah Mckee. Mckee will win it, and the puck will stay stuck in center until Peyton Norder gets it free back to his point partner, Ryan Gandy. Gandy through the neutral zone. He's going to come down the far wing and fire it behind the Bear net. And the Pioneers will set it up here on the near half boards. That's Kyle Sun who would pinch down. Sun to Norder, and Norder got hammered. And I mean hammered by Franceschini behind the net. And the other direction there, a low bouncer on goal by Colby Schaefer will at least put the faceoff down in the Pioneer zone.
Yeah, and Sharp for the DU, he is not giving UNC a chance at this point to get a rebound. He is covering that puck whenever it gets near him. And I don't know if that's showing wisdom in not taking any chances or a lack of trust in your ability to not let the puck go somewhere it shouldn't.
Faceoff will come to his left, and it'll be Wood and Kaufman. Kaufman's got one of DU's 3 goals tonight. Faceoff, Kaufman wins it cleanly. Back to his point man, that's Goldberg. As we mentioned earlier, he's been pressed into defensive duties this evening, normally a forward for DU. It is Goldberg down the far wing, cuts it back, wins it away. Excellent couple of moves into the slot. Waiting and holding with it is Kaufman. His shot stopped by Opperman. Rebound, swing and a miss, strike one there from Shane Bennett. Here in the near face-off circle, holding with it is Kaufman. Slow shot, and it's in. And for the second time tonight, Michael Kaufman has found the back of the net as he put it through the screen to Ashton Opperman's 5-hole. And for the first time, DU's got the lead. I can't make up my mind.
Well, it is the first time they've had the lead, and they've scored 2 unanswered goals now. And UNC needs to get back on the attack in this game. The puck was in their zone a lot during the first minute or so of this period, and they need to get back on the attack. That's what they did so well in the first period, or the first part of the first period, before allowing 3 goals to go to DU, and now they're up to 4. I say 4. I think said 5, so I apologize for that.
Well, and the big burner now is DU's 3 for 3 with the power play. There's a shot. He was going high, blocker side there was Chase Upson. One it was not meant to be as that one went over the net. Now waiting with it, pinched over there on the far boards, and it's poked free by Vieira. Vieira to Kaplan. They're going to give an assist to Ben Goldberg on that last goal. That's going to be Ben Goldberg's 2nd point of the season. And there's in the slot, nobody waiting. Upson put it in front. A redirected effort from Tyler Weber. Went dangerously wide. That's in front again. Loose and a whiff on the shot there from Mitch Porter. Once again, UNC looking for a goal. This has been a bit of a habit for them. They tied 2 of their games in North Dakota 7-7 and 5-5. They also, so high-scoring games are not new to them. Behind the net, Chimelka now. Chimelka banks it off the boards and out. It'll get as far as center, where it's collected there by Norder. Sun now in his own zone. Pitches it across. That's Kaplan fresh off the bench. And it's going to bounce down to Opperman. He will guide it wide, bank it off the glass, and it'll get as far as the far point. DU able to hold the zone. Going back to fetch it in his own end, Taggart. Tape to tape past Chimelka. He guides it ahead there for Upson. Upson and Chimelka nearly with some nice connections to gain the zone. Instead, it's DU the other way, Ryan Gandy. Puts it in the slot, nobody home, and now a DU man blew an edge, and he tripped up a man, and there's going to be a penalty. Here's Cade Boring, and he scores!
It's all tied up in 4. We'll see which way the penalty goes.
Cade Boring breaks in the zone and scores. It's his 2nd goal of the year. And once again, we're tied. What a goal. What a huge momentum pickup for UNC.
That was. I talk a lot about momentum, but right there, that pass coming down while you're on the ice, on the money to get it to the scorer, that was an incredible, incredible play.
So Cade Boring will get that goal. It's his second of the season and his second in 2 games, as he also scored last weekend against Colorado State. 17-17 to go in the second period of a barn burner. And the penalty, there's also going to be a penalty on the play. It's going to go against Stephen Goodman for tripping. And between the goal, DU wanted to know why, if the penalty was called after the Cade Boring goal, why that penalty was still being assessed. In the neutral zone now, down the far wing, it's Gonzalez. He's got a pair tonight. He would love to complete the hat trick here. Wood, bank pass there to Chimelka. Cross point to Brian Brink. Back to Chimelka. Faked it, passed it, shot it. That's off the back of the net. That was Taggart with the effort. Taggart there, that was sticked up and well, and working it free there are the Pioneers, and they're going to get it out. Chimelka now in a foot race with David Waterman. Waterman's got a goal tonight as both him and Chimelka go sliding into the boards. Gandy now has it. He'll chop it back into his own end for Kyle Sun to chase. Sun is forechecked hard by Taggart, and he'll get it out as far as center. Weber to Chimelka now. Trying to slide past, and it's going to get ahead Taggart. Left it there for Gonzalez. To Taggart, works over Norder underneath. Norder and Taggart joined there by Wood. Garrett Wood works it free with 47 ticks left on the minor penalty to Stephen Goodman. Controlling there on the far half boards is Taggart. The Bears will try and set up here and work the cycle. Taggart holding it. Banks it off the boards. It'll slip just beyond Truman Gonzalez. He'll work there, trying to fight with Sun. Also joining is Leah Mckee in the corner. 15:38 to go here in the second period of a 4-4 hockey game. That's going to get banked off and out, and now a foot race is on. Opperman's out to play it, and an excellent piece of defensive work from Opperman. Now gaining the zone, Brian Brink. Brink lost it, spun a man, and the power play is over. DU back at full strength. Gannon Erickson, that's chopped away from him at the line, and here comes DU the other direction. They've got an opportunity on goal. Here's Gandy, he's in, and Ryan Gandy is denied by Opperman. And now some pushing and shoving in front of the UNC net.
Yeah, DU skater came in hot, and now we got, that is number 6. That's number 8, my apologies, that's John Kiernan for DU.
And now,
pushing and shoving, that's number 15 for DU is David Waterman. And number 27, Nick Buckles for UNC going at it a little bit there.
That's really the first time tonight we've seen these two teams really exchange physicalities after the whistle.
And I believe it was actually Kyle Sun, not John Kiernan. It was number 6. His jersey was bunched up a bit, made it look like an 8. So I'll blame that one on my poor eyesight.
That's both of us up here, brother. Don't worry about it. Offsetting minors are on the board. It's going to be Chimelka.
In case anyone forgets, we are the four-eyed broadcast.
The four-eyed unit. We're good at that.
Yeah, we have just as much eyesight problems as some refs do. So it is.
But we have better suits.
We do.
So it will be Kyle Sun and Colin Chimelka that are going to get offsetting minors here. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for a couple minutes with 15:07 to go in the second period. Face-off is won by Seibold. Seibold there had to get tangled up in the linesman's skates, but he's able to regain control. He'll pitch it across to Norris. Back to Seibold. Excellent pass and move from Seibold, who gains it here on the near wing. Seibold shot blocked and up off the glass. It stays in play, however, for Shane Bennett. Bennett's lead pass there bounces off of Kopman's stick, and now Kopman bodied up his man. Opperman thought about playing it there for a moment, and now working it away is Tim Knudsen. Knudsen now swings it across Seibold through center. Down the near wing, Seibold again. Shot, that one is blocked. Good defensive work from Shane Bennett. DU controls now and tries to break out. That's going to bounce off of Alex Smith's stick. It will not be icing. Backhand pass and a giveaway. Opperman there makes a save and traps and covers.
Right now, I know the score is going to reflect this, and it might sound a bit obvious, but these teams are coming out very evenly matched here in the second period. A lot of, I believe it's been pretty split as far as time of possession goes and time being on the attack. More so here in the second period than it was in the first, with UNC having a lot of time on the attack then.
Faceoff will come to Opperman's right. It is won by UNC. That was Weber who won the draw for them. And now Vieira left the puck, albeit unintentionally, I believe, for Brant Hebel. Gives it off Weber. Shot, save sharp. He'll kick it into the corner. Weber now gives it to Hebel. Hebel tries to rim it around, and he's fought off there by Stephen Goodman. And now Weber with it, as UNC trying to hold the zone and control on the attack here for a while. Instead, they give it away. Now with a whole ton of speed is Ryan Gandy. He's in, and he scores. It's Ryan Gandy, the team's leading goal scorer from last year, has just punched in his 5th of the season. And once again, DU has jumped on top. It's 5-4 Pioneers.
There is a fist fight. Well, it might not be visible on the ice. There's a fist fight for the momentum. I got everyone kind of excited that there was a fight going down on the ice. I got you to look up.
I looked up for my score sheet.
Yeah. You can go back to scribbling your numbers.
Thanks.
I apologize for that and my
I appreciate that.
misuse of words. However, there's wrestling for momentum going down. UNC needs to collect it here on home ice if they want a chance going into the rest of this game.
So that's a 4-on-4 goal for Ryan Gandy. There's a shot, and that's going to skitter harmlessly wide. It was a good effort from Schaefer. In neutral ice, Brink backhands it ahead, and he got bumped, as this one's increasing in physicality here as the second period continues to be close. There's a shot and a save by Opperman. Holding, thrown in front, and Opperman sticks that aside. A backhander isn't going to hold the zone, and it does, as the second effort from Goodman probably saved a breakaway as both teams are back at full strength. And now if they hurry, a 2-on-1. In it's Franceschini, he scores!
Oh my goodness gracious, we're all tied up at 5.
Jay Franceschini rifles it home, and these two teams just keep trading goals.
It's a fight for momentum. Neither team is wanting to get about that lead.
For Jason Franceschini, it's his first goal of the season. And boy, oh boy, buckle up, folks.
It's a humdinger.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I took your line.
That's beautiful. 5-5.
As long as we're trading each other's lines, you have to go on a rant about momentum here in a few minutes, because that's what I do.
Between the two teams, 10 goals in 27 minutes on 37 shots. Behind the net now, and holding it for possession there was Boring. Waits in front. It's loose, and behind the net, Boring recovers. Cade Boring now, back to the point. Norris in front, one away, shot and blocked. Knocked down, Boring again, the shot is stopped. As UNC is now looking for the lead. Bumped down on the ice was Chimelka. He was tossed aside by Bennett. At the point, the zone is held. Taggart behind the Pioneer net. Taggart there met by Kaplan. Also joining is Chimelka. He'll work it free. Now he waits on the near boards. Taggart tried to backhand pass ahead. And let's go Bears. It's a Cade Boring!
It works!
Cade Boring has done it again! And it's 6-5 UNC. Good heavens.
2 unanswered goals as the crowd goes wild.
Cade Boring for the second time in the period. It's a 6-5 game as the Bears have scored 2 goals in 58 seconds to take the lead.
And I know I said you were going to have to go on a rant about momentum here in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to take it anyway. Momentum now squarely to UNC with 2 unanswered goals. Timeout taken by one of the teams, not 100% sure which, because we are too excited.
And there will be a goaltending change as Joseph Halleck is going to take over in net here. And it looks like DU is taking their 1 timeout. So, gives everyone a chance to catch their breath. It's 6-5 UNC.
It is 6-5 UNC with 11:55 left to go in the second.
Truman Gonzalez has 2. Cade Boring has 2. DU's got 3 power play goals. I don't really think I have any words left
I don't
at this
either.
point.
This game is a statistician's dream.
It's a statistician's dream, and it's a broadcast booth without ears in the box. It's our nightmare.
we don't know what's going on.
This is brutal. Fun, but brutal. But for a home opener, would you have it any other way?
No, and this crowd is loving it.
Ugh.
I'm sure they'd love a blowout, but this is just as good.
Face-off is won by DU. They're going to control it momentarily in the neutral zone. Knudsen will retain possession for UNC. There's a little flop pass ahead, and Halleck will cover it and get a face-off. You know, I've seen some good ones in my time.
Yeah.
But this is up there so far.
Yeah, so far this is up there with preseason game against the Colorado Junior Eagles.
That was a good one.
That was a good game, too. UNC coming out on top in that one. 6-5 Bears here in the second period.
Seibold wins the draw. A good attempt at a drop pass from Buchholz. Instead, it's held at the line, batted along with the glove, and the zone is held. Now pressuring and working is Gonzalez in the corner, and DU gets it away. Chopped free, and the zone is cleared as it's backhanded along and now controlled in center ice.
Oh.
That one fired into the bench. Look out. As Kukas was aiming to hit it off the glass and banking into the zone, and instead nearly took out 3 of his players.
Yeah, I think that's number 18. Alex Smith got the brunt of that one. I'm sure he's going to have some pleasantries for his teammate once they run into each other.
That was one of those that looked better on paper, I think.
Yeah, he thought about it. It was a calculated decision and also the wrong one.
Face-off won by Wood. He'll get it to Vieira.
And now it's sent to the UNC
Vieira
bench.
returns the favor as he pops it into his own bench. That was a bit softer, though.
It was, and it wasn't quite flush. It went behind the players instead of right at them.
11:21 to go in the second period. It's 6-5 here at the Ice House on opening night. Hockey fights cancer here. The UNC Bears wearing their purple uniforms with the names on the back to honor those friends or family that are currently fighting cancer. Down in the zone, it's going to get out, and now a foot race is on. Tyler Weber's going to get there. Weber's in, and he's dragged down. No penalty coming, as it looked like Weber had blown an edge. There's the home run pass, and it works. In an Opperman glove save. There's going to be a penalty coming.
And there's going to be some pushing and shoving down on the near side of the ice as well.
Vieira hooked Waterman from behind, and then momentum took them both tumbling into the corner. The referee has raised his arm for a penalty, and the question is here.
Is it going to be a penalty shot?
Right, because it was the last man. I mean, that was a breakaway.
Yeah, and he did everything he could to stop him.
Let's see.
It looks...
It's going to be a slash, and it's going to be a penalty shot here. That's what it is going to be, I think. Oh, no.
Oh, no,
They're putting Waterman in the box for slashing. Wow.
Oh, my. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And the DU coach is unhappy about it, and I really can't say I blame him.
Me neither, because...
So UNC is going to get a power play out of that.
Wow.
That works.
We'll take it.
Shows how little we know.
Yeah.
Hebel's got it now for the Bears. Hebel drops it off Weber. Shot, Halleck swallows it up.
Yeah, he took that in right in the logo.
And now some pushing after the whistle again. That was Kiernan who got a lick in on Cade Boring.
Well,
this one is getting physical fast.
It is, and it's the energy that's being shown by both teams. Oftentimes better used while playing hockey, but sometimes comes out between the whistles.
Let's see. Well,
that's Tyler Weber pleading his case to the judge.
Yeah, he's asking for the penalty, and the referee's telling him to mind his P's and Q's. Weber now.
He was still barking at the official after the play had started. There's a pass up the ice to Jake Seibold.
Seibold now will control. He'll drop it to Franceschini. He's got a goal tonight. So does Seibold. Shot hit the side of the net. Cade Boring, he's got 2 goals. Tyler Weber now, bank pass. And Boring drops it off. That was Hebel. All 4 of the 5 Bear goals are on the ice right now. Back at the point, Franceschini. Drive, Halleck, save, rebound, save. Oh, that was close.
That was a great opportunity for UNC there. Couldn't make the most of it. Opperman's now out of his net with a man on. He's able to really whirl his way around to keep it away.
I like the daring from Opperman.
That was a
long pass, Seibold. Seibold here, they kind of caught DU a bit. Seibold there shoved off hard. Hebel now controls and sets it up. Hebel shot blocked. It'll trickle out. Weber banks it off the stanchion and holds the zone for a moment, but the Pioneers able to clear it. Back to fetch it, Opperman. He'll lay it off for Brian Brink. Brink missed the first couple games of the season, but came back in North Dakota. That's a home run pass. Bounces off some sticks. And now it's Taggart. Taggart works with it. Fights it along for Gonzalez, who gets it back to Taggart. Taggart, a little soft bouncer back to the point. Now Brink here on the near point. Faked it. Wanted the redirect. It comes in front, and Halleck made the save. And not quite held. Good effort by Chase Upson. Held at the line, and Chemelka slides over and bodies up Shane Bennett. Here comes Brian Brink. Brink, full head of steam, and that's taken away, and the Pioneers kill off that penalty. Waiting and collecting now, Chemelka. Home run pass, and if it weren't for Ben Goldberg's stick, it would have been Truman Gonzalez in on a breakaway.
Truman Gonzalez out on the ice. He's looking for his 3rd goal. I'm pretty sure he wants that hat trick pretty bad. He wants to help his team win the game for the most part, but if he can get that 3rd goal, you better bet he's going to go for it.
Shipping it ahead to retrieve it himself is Kashiwa. He'll get there. He'll try and fire a pass to Goodwin. Kashiwa paid the price with the body as McKee knocked into it. Trying again, and this time it's Brian Brink and Leah Mckee leading the hit parade in the corner here. McKee controls it, a backhand pass. He gets it to Brink, twirls it around, and now breaking out is Gonzalez. Check that, Taggart. Taggart with speed to the corner. Back behind the net, waits, holds, shoots. It's going to go wide, deflected. Gonzalez there, bodied up and worked free of Kaplan a couple times. Passes it along for Taggart. It slips through his skates. He's able to recover it, though. Dodges a little bit of a shin tap, and DU recovers. Knudsen now waits, backhand pass, and defends the forechecker, and is able to get it up and in. Chopped along by McKee, and back to fetch it is Kaplan. He's met there by Schaefer. Also pinching in on the forecheck was Porter. Now through center, and a good bump. It's enough to knock Kashiwa off balance and allow the Bears to recover the puck. Norris now in neutral ice. Good lead pass. Here's the low shot. Halleck caught off balance as that shot was tipped and lost all velocity. And the knuckle dribbler from Garrett Wood nearly bounced its way over Halleck's right pad and in.
Yeah, that shot came in, you said off the tip, and I think it came in slower than Halleck was ready for. Almost like a changeup in baseball. Almost got past him.
DU backhands the puck in. That's Kashiwa, and they're going to call icing on that. And Kashiwa was just beyond the red line when he backhanded it in there.
Amazing. Now that we have a full team, we have like people operating cameras and stuff. I'm still running the computer, and the clock is still wrong. Only by a second, but wrong.
But you're still doing it a lot better than I was.
Hey, that's okay. You talk a lot more than I do. It's the dynamic of our what we have going on here.
Is that what that is?
Is it?
I mean, one of these days we can switch. You can tell me to take a hike or something.
I don't think I will fare too well.
And this is a maybe 2-on-1, but it bounces down and played deftly there by the stick of Ben Goldberg. Vieira now here in the near wing gains the zone. Vieira into the slot. He wanted a little one-time effort from Tyler Weber, but it wasn't there. Now picking it up, Hebel puts it in front, nobody home. It slips free. There's a shot and a kick saved by Halleck. That was from Upson, who at the point. Working in the far corner there, bodies aplenty. Puck squirts free and comes into the opposite side. Vieira there is pressured and met by Kaufman, and Gandy shot, and Halleck blockered that away. That's the third straight shot that Joseph Halleck has kind of sort of seen and made a save on. Hebel now, waiting, working, good stick work there by Ryan Gandy to break up that shot.
Yeah, you said Halleck kind of sort of saw it, but going back to that, I'm not sure how he kind of sort of saw that last one. It got through so many bodies just to get there. Great job by him to get his blocker up in time to get that.
5:20 to go here in the second period, and this, Ben, has been our longest stretch without a goal in this game. They came in flurries. As in the first period, the two teams scored 3 goals in 5 minutes. They scored 3 goals in 5.5 minutes. And then in the second period here, they scored 3 goals in 2 minutes. That's up into the mesh and out of play.
It's just the calm before the storm, I fear. Maybe not fear, anticipate.
It's going to be a good one in the third period, I can tell you that. Just a reminder, after this game, our next broadcast will be 1 week from tonight.
It will
on
be.
October 19th when they welcome the CU Buffaloes here to the Ice House. They already beat CU on the road this year 3-2 to open the season.
Yeah, and they played CU in the playoffs last year when they went on to win the conference championship. So we'll see what CU has to say about that when they come up here to the Ice House.
Face-off is won by the Pioneers. It looked like Alan Sun was going to be the first one to it, but instead working it away from him is Seibold. Seibold there protects the puck, gives it, and now working down low is Gonzalez. Gonzalez finally got it free to Seibold. Seibold again protects. Backhand pass Gonzalez. Put it in front. He was looking for Buchholz. We haven't called Nick Buchholz's name a lot tonight because the rest of this line, Seibold and Gonzalez, have been so potent offensively.
They have.
Breaking in down the far wing there was David Waterman. He's got a couple goals. Giveaway shot, and that's blocked. Good defensive work there from Brian Brink. And now it's going to slip free. And here is Gonzalez shot, save Halleck. Rebound, and that's just wide. Now behind the net, Gonzalez puts it in front, nobody there. Brink shot it, hit the post. Seibold now. Brian Brink took that, it hit the far post, and Halleck never saw it. Seibold again. In the slot, shot, save. Halleck deflects it away. Wrap around, thrown in front, nobody home. Brink fires, and that's blocked. That was Kashiwa who got a piece of it. Gonzalez now. Or check that, it's Buchholz. Ahead, Seibold. UNC working the cycle now. Seibold. Let's go Bears is the chant now working through the Ice House. Back to Brink. Brink across. Franceschini. Save Halleck. He dropped it. It's loose. It's still loose. And it's wide in a tumble of bodies. In front again. It's still loose. And now the referees have blown it dead. They had lost sight of it.
The puck was out in front of Halleck there at the very end, but there was such a, I don't even know what to call it, behind the net that they just had to blow it dead. I get like 9/10 of the skaters on the ice were on the ground.
Well, and that was quite a concerted piece of offense for UNC. 3:28 to go here in the second period. The shots are a massive disadvantage for the Bears, 34-15 in favor of the boys in the blue and purple.
I like that, blue and purple tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was only apropos to work that in.
Yeah, blue and yellow's good, but blue and purple looks real nice.
Face-off now is won by DU, and they're going to get it out of the zone for Tim Knudsen to quickly recover for the Bears. Knudsen is a senior out of Dickinson, North Dakota, as that one's up into the mesh. And we mentioned it in passing in the first period, but Tim Knudsen is one of those guys that is that I don't want to say benefited per se from Brian Brink's absence, but he got a chance to show what he had on the ice in North Dakota and a little bit last weekend, and he's really flourishing with the ice time.
Yeah, and we mentioned him being one of those valuable penalty kill players. He's sort of turned himself as there's a breakaway now as, well,
that's icing, and I don't like that. Taggart was
No.
going to be the first man to the puck, and that wasn't even close.
No, Taggart had a full head of steam ahead of the DU defense, and well, they just blew it dead a bit too prematurely. And There's still some barking going on between
the
Bears
fans.
and
The fans
refs.
aren't happy with the call, and I don't blame them. That was not even close.
No, not at all. But as we were saying about Knudsen, he's kind of turned himself into a Lego-like player. They plug him in wherever they need to fill space, and he performs admirably wherever he is.
Behind the DU net there now, it's Gonzalez. Chimelka's shot blocked, never made it through. Comes out the other side. Norris, it's deflected and in! I think that goal is going to go to Paul Norris. It hit a Pioneer in front, and it's 7-5 Bears.
UNC student section is on their feet as they send Paul Norris around to the front of the line, going to him.
So for Paul Norris, the sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska, that's going to be his first goal of the season. And that one's going to come at 17:09 of the second period. As for the second time tonight, UNC has stretched their lead to 2. Shot and saved by Opperman. Chipped ahead, Taggart can't get it. And the Pioneers recover. Gaining the zone here, Bennett. Bennett waits, punched it in front. Opperman made the save. It's loose and recovered, and now it's Cam Taggart. Taggart had a pair last weekend. Taggart makes the move. He's in.
And just off the back of the net.
That was the same move that beat the Northern Colorado Eagles goalie 3 weekends ago when he was in a very similar situation. Now recovering with it. At the line and taken away. Trying to work free was Norris, who just got that last goal. Chimelka drop pass. Knudsen. Tape to Norris. Norris will wait with it. A little bit of forechecking pressure from Goodman. It's a bit of token more than anything. Chimelka now with some space. Taggart takes it off the boards, onside. Taggart shot, save Halleck. Taggart tried to chop it in front, nobody there. One back, here's Taggart. Taggart waits with it. Into the slot, shot, save, and an excellent second effort from Leah Mckee. Mckee will recover with 90 ticks to go in the second period. Thrown in front. Good work from Schaefer. However, it's Alan Sun that comes away with it for DU. Sun up ahead to his winger. That's Hollington, who was bodied up well. And now they have caught him napping. Into the corner, icing his wave. Schaefer was the first man there. Put it in front. Halleck a punch save. Loose. Home run pass. Upson back to defend it well. And now they're tangled up. This is offside. They're going to call that right away with 59 seconds to go.
And the energy is back. We were talking about there's a little bit of the longest they've gone in the game without scoring a goal for either team. Well, now the energy is back, and it's in full force right now. Coming into the last minute of the second period, we're going to go into the third with a full head of steam and an exciting game on our hands as UNC leads 5-7 over DU. DU wins the face-off, shot in front. That's number 22 for DU. That's Gandy.
Pioneers hold the zone. It's Gandy again. Tried to slide a pass in front. Nothing doing there.
Opperman's just going to fall on it. He had a man in front trying to poke it away from him, but he says, not much for you is going to happen. I'm sure that's what he said, at least in his head.
I mean, we can continue to make up dialogue up here. It works.
I doubt any player is going to come complain about what we're saying they said. But
behind the net now, it's Gandy there for the Pioneers. Will try and put it in the slot, and Garrett Wood is there to intercept. That'll get punched down the ice. Halleck will have to play it with a half minute to go. Working in their own end now are the Pioneers. They're not going to be able to get it out. Weber spins away from trouble, at least for the moment. Now Wood is pile drived into the boards. He's going to kind of get buried on the puck. Referee imploring them to keep it moving here as we approach 10 seconds to go. In there, Weber. Weber bank past Wood. Wood in front, intercepted by Norder. And now with 3 to shoot. 2, it's Brink. It skips past him and out. And that's going to be the end of the period.
Oh!
And Brian
way
Brink.
after the whistle, and now we got a ruckus on our hands.
Brian Brink and Ryan Gandy are going at it. Brink has got Gandy on the ice and it's pummeling him.
Goodness.
And what looked fairly innocuous as now at center ice, Hebel and Christos Koukas are getting into it. Here on the near boards now, and what looked like, Ben, a fairly innocuous exchange between Gandy and Brink as the period came to a close, turned into one that was not.
And he's getting a standing ovation from the Bear faithful here as he skates off the ice, but he's leaving the game.
Brian Brink is done for the night, as is Ryan Gandy.
He's firing up the crowd as UNC skates off the ice. They have the 7-5 lead here at the end of the second period. And, well,
wow.
You use a word to describe a game like this, and I used it earlier, but I think I'll let you take it now. It's a what?
It's a humdinger.
It is a humdinger.
Well, and those two teams, it looked like Brink and Gandy, they got tangled up as the buzzer sounded, and it looked like after a little shove, it was all going to go away. And then it didn't.
It didn't.
Ryan Brink, I mean, generously, he cross-checked Ryan Gandy, and they started going at it.
They did.
Well, we'll get it all sorted out for you, and we'll let you know. When we come back, we'll have the third period of a doozy from the Ice House. 7-5, the UNC Bears lead. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate. We'll be back. Well, we are back here during the second intermission, and boy, oh boy, do we have some things to clarify.
Yes, we do, because we're back a little bit earlier than we normally come back from intermission, but we got a couple things wrong with our assumptions because neither of us were actually looking at what happened. I had my head down focusing on the computer stuff.
And in fairness, I've never seen this actually work in a game before. So, Ben, we know that there were 3 guys kicked out of the game.
Yes, we have 3 disqualifications. Those are going to go to Brian Brink, Tyler Weber, and Gandy. First name is escaping me.
Ryan. It's okay, I got you.
Thank you very much.
So those are the 3 disqualifications, but the real cherry on top of the proverbial sundae is why Brian Brink is getting disqualified.
Yeah, he was dealt 2 5-minute penalties, 1 for fighting, obviously, but the penalty that ended up getting him the game misconduct was for headbutting.
Yes, Brian Brink successfully headbutted a player and put him on the ice.
Yeah, because you thought it was a cross-check.
I did.
Because the only thing that could have
I didn't know that you could headbutt someone that strongly.
And I've been thinking about mentioning it all night, how much I admire the physicality and hard-nosed play of Brian Brink. Well, that just puts it in a whole new ballpark.
And that's a league of its own right there.
That is.
And don't forget, Chris Lugg for DU also got a 5-minute fighting major. So for those of you keeping track at home, these 2 teams are going to have 3 different players serving major penalties in the box.
Yeah.
So 2 for UNC and 2 for DU. And UNC's already is short 2 more skaters, and DU's down a skater. So basically, the Bears are going to start this period down 4 skaters.
Basically, I did hear when I was down on the ice, because I did go talk to the officials briefly, and they didn't want to say anything that wasn't coming through the official scores, but they said there is a possibility of starting the period 4-on-4 was one of the options for what was going to happen. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to go with, or if we are going to start it as a odd 4-on-3 situation, or what. So we'll find out just as soon as you guys do, because I did not get clarification when I went down there. But the other 5-minute, where is my paper?
That's Charles Lugg.
Yeah.
Well, and the referees are still debating, deciding, and delegating as to how this third period is going to begin as they shut the near door here. So it looks like, for now, DU, and because we mentioned it's a 5-minute major penalty to Brian Brink for headbutting, that does mean that DU is going to get a 5-minute power play.
Yes, so they are coming out 5-on-4, and UNC has struggled so far on penalty kills in this game as they win the faceoff, however.
Hey, man, I like it when the curse of the commentator works the opposite way.
Yep.
It very rarely does that. Oh, good point.
We do have our wood, just in case.
Got to knock on that.
To knock on.
So, the third period underway and breaking out in neutral ice there. Taking a tumble was Vieira, and a takeaway. And now a breakaway Here's Boring, and a save. Halleck rebound is tossed away. Cade Boring was looking for a hat trick on that shorthanded breakaway. And just on the note of the goals, another thing we got wrong, because we're on it up here.
We are.
That last goal that was initially credited to Paul Morris after it bounced off a million sticks and skates. The final ruling is the last skate it bounced off of was Colin Shemelka's. So he will end up getting that goal.
Shemelka's been having a great game. I'm curious to see what his face-off percentage is going to be after this one, as that shot is blocked.
High. It's going to be high. I know that you were looking for more nuanced analysis than that, but, you know, we can only do so much. And that's going to get twisted and out. And now the only man there to get it is Boring, as Halleck out to play it. And he'll shovel it along. And now recovering and starting the rush forward is Kaufman. Kaufman will give it to Shane Bennett. Bennett works in, shot, save Opperman. And he'll cover with 3:35 left on the kill.
This game has been...
Here we go. Here we go. There's some pushing.
Those are just dinner plans, but they are going to send... I believe that's number 18, who is Alex Smith, to the box.
It's Smith or Waterman that's going to go bye-bye. It's going to be Waterman, and Colby Schaefer is going to get the boot as well, as they both pushed and shoved after the whistle.
Well, as a testament to my poor vision, Alex Smith is number 18, and he's not even on the ice, but I just assessed him a penalty. So...
You're like the NFL officials that call a penalty on a phantom player.
Well, I mean... I am going to be at the Denver-Los Angeles game on Sunday, and I want to see how many passing or roughing the passer penalties Clay Matthews will get, despite not being in the state. So
he's good for at least 2.
He's good for at least 2.
Come on. So the offsetting minors go on the board. So now there's a ton of open ice. It's going to be 4-on-3, I think.
Well, there's a fourth skater now out for UNC.
Is it? Oh, there he goes. Okay. Now, UNC just got the 3 skaters they wanted. No.
Well, now they're sending back Mitch Porter.
This is a mess. Quite generously, this is a mess.
And now half the skaters are heading down to the other side of the ice.
They're bringing the faceoff back down. So the 4-man unit for UNC is Franceschini, Norris, McKee, and Porter.
What I don't understand is how
UNC has 4 on the ice.
Yeah, if they just got assessed a minor, why is it now not 4-on-3?
4-on-3. Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you. When and if we get the answer to that, we'll let you know. I don't think we will.
I don't think we will either. It's saying, I believe, so there are not offsetting minors.
It's just going to be one.
It's just going to be a penalty on DU that hasn't gone up on the board yet.
No, it's up there. It's Waterman's penalty. It's Schaefer that's in the box without it being up on the board.
Oh, my apologies. For some reason, I believe Waterman was already serving a penalty for the melee that we witnessed. But
high shot, Opperman dropped it, and it skitters out to the point. Hard slap shot. That's going to go low and wide. It pops out, and what a play!
What a play! That is Paul Norris diving in front of the net,
he
risking
saved a goal.
life and limb to save that goal. Play is stopped. Oh, my Lanta.
Paul Norris just saved a goal. I mean, there's no ands, ifs, buts, or insert other conjunction here.
There's nothing you can say about that play except for wow.
And
well
Lanta.
Played, Paul Norris. And oh, my Lanta.
Faceoff will come to Opperman's right. And it is won by Kaufman, but it squirts free and Opperman covers.
I hope Black Dog Hockey was watching that, because I have their top 5 play of the week.
Yeah.
Right there.
That was beautiful. You know, it's not often the defense makes highlights like that, but when they do, they earn it.
My goodness.
That was almost a jinx, but I stopped.
No, he did stop.
We've already had one this season, and I made sure to cut that one off at the pass. Speaking of cutting off at the pass, Chemelka defends that one in the slot very nicely. And
Great segue.
Thank you. beating free a hit. Taggart in front, shot missed, short side. That was a one-time effort from Garrett Wood. Halleck had no chance. Chimelka now back to Knudsen. Knudsen to Chimelka. He got credited with that goal at the end of the period. Shot, he just missed. Going blocker side on Halleck. Holding at the point. Now it's going to work free. Now Wood. Wood slides it for Taggart behind the net. Chopped away from him. Garrett Wood able to control at least for the moment before being met by Goodman. Taggart there, 1-on-3 in the corner. He drew the bump, and DU got the puck as far as center. Chimelka now to Knudsen. 2 minutes left on the brink. Headbutting major penalty. I'm so happy I was able to work that in.
Yeah, you're just going to say it as many times as you want to.
I can't believe it. I still can't. We're 3 minutes into the third period. I had a portion of the intermission to chew on it, and I still can't process it.
I'm going to go home, turn on my NHL 18, and see how long it takes me to get that penalty. I'll turn the sliders to whatever they need to be at, and then I'll text you sometime at 3 a.m. when I finally accomplish the task.
You really think it's only going to take you until 3 a.m.? I don't even think the game is designed for that.
See, that would be a job for someone who knows how to break into the code of video games, which I do not.
So if you do, find us on Twitter.
Yes. If you want to tweet me, it's at Ben_Shoemate_REP. If you want to tweet Brendan, it's all lowercase at BRENJPrice3.
DU breaking out now. As we got our shameless plug in, the Pioneers didn't really care. They kept playing.
They did.
Kaplan gained the zone and lost it behind the net.
He also lost his glove.
That's quickly slapped down, and Halleck tried to come out and get a piece of it. There, an overskate from Hollington might have worked to his advantage as it cleared Taggart off his back, at least for a moment. Now it's one away, and backhand flopped into the Denver end. Holding there for the moment was Kukas, who was bodied up by Gonzalez on the penalty kill. Pioneers will reset with 1:05 to go on the brink major penalty. Down the near wing, it's Kyle Sun. Sun, that's chopped away from him effectively by Vieira. Throws it in front and kept at the line. Excellent work by Bennett to pinch and hold. Shane Bennett working with it. Twirls behind the net, throws into the slot, and it's deflected and broken up. Excellent work by Gonzalez, by Boring, who quickly gets to the bench. 15.5 to go in the third period. 7-5. UNC leads DU here from the Ice House in Greeley. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate. For those of you just joining us or just coming back, you've missed a doozy.
A humdinger, as some might say. Play is whistle dead.
That one was pinned up against the glass and it wasn't moving, and the officials will blow the play dead.
It's a doozy, it's a humdinger, whatever you want to call it. It's UNC hockey at its finest.
Yeah. And if this is opening night, this is going to be a tough one to match.
Yeah. We just won't be back next week. There's going to be no broadcast, just a camera. Maybe someone to move it around, but we can't top this.
As an aside, just an interesting fact. I was at the game last week and they played in Fort Collins as that puck is cleared down the ice. And in Fort Collins, they didn't really have room for broadcasting. They had room for a camera at an albeit very unfortunate angle. So their broadcast was video only. It was no audio. For those of you that tuned in for that 6-2 Bears win. And they're back at full strength now as Opperman covers. And a loud and grateful applause here from the crowd, which is mostly stuck around tonight. It's standing room only.
They have, and that's the UNC faithful coming out in full force tonight here on opening night. You did mention CSU having a no broadcast only camera. I don't want you to make our viewers envious of them at this moment. You can mention that later in the season.
Gotcha. When they've already invested their time and emotion and effort in having us.
Yes.
At this point, it's real easy to turn the sound off. I know it. Trust me.
Tweet us if you have mute turned on. Oh, wait a minute.
That kind of backfired a little bit.
It did. I should have thought that through.
DU holds the zone. They're pinching at the far point. That was Goldberg. Low shot. Opperman gloved it down, and another diving defensive play to clear it off the line. That was Franceschini, who then took a deflected shot off the shoulder. Now the bodies continuing to trade behind the UNC goal. Working there and dodging one check was Stephen Goodman. Back at the point, drive, save Opperman, loose in the slot, and the Bears will get it out. A chance to go on a quick counter. Down the near wing, shot flutters at Halleck, who makes a blocker save on Norris. There's a punch. Erickson had it for a moment, and now Erickson bodies up Emmanuel in center. That's Kashiwa who went down. Kashiwa there twisted up. This time it's Hebel, and now they're going to get a penalty.
Yep.
This will be a trip.
It will be.
Oh, no, it's an elbow. It will be an elbow, because I think Hebel got his stick caught, and Erickson got him up high with an elbow.
I believe he did too. That's why we believed it to be tripping. They are going to send.
That's Erickson.
They're sending Erickson to the bench for the elbow.
Well, and for a UNC power play that struggled with the 5-on-4 and the 5-on-3 late in the first period and early in the second, they just came off killing a 5-minute major without giving up a goal. So we'll see if their penalty killing unit can get the job done again here.
We'll see, and we'll see if DU can decide which skaters they want on the ice. As there's a bit of confusion there, but seems like they figured it out.
Yeah, they got it worked out. They just can't figure out where to put them now.
It can get a bit confusing at times.
Bennett, Kaufman.
Oh, they're still switching. They traded spots again if you want to start over.
Bennett, Kaufman, Goodman, Goldberg, and Waterman, the 5-man unit here. And in the slot waiting, slides it over. There's a shot. Opperman, I think, got a piece of it and deflects it out. It's center ice now and controlling. It's Bennett. Bennett met there by Upson. And the puck is held at the line. And now working, wheeling and dealing. Here's Kaufman, his shot blocked. Second try, save Opperman.
And
rebound,
goal.
they score. On the rebound, it's another power play goal. And I do believe for the second time tonight, it will be Waterman. Let's see who reads the high five line first. It is not. It's Shane Bennett who's on the board. So,
7-6 game here at the Ice House as the plot thickens here in the third period with 12:49 left to go. That goal coming on 7 minutes and 11 seconds into the third.
and for Shane Bennett, that's his first goal of the season. And DU has closed the gap. Now they're breaking out with speed. Down the near wing, here's Hollington. Hollington tried to drop pass, nobody there. And now controlling at least for a moment. And there was a swing and a miss in the neutral zone. And it's going to allow Truman Gonzalez to gain some speed. Spins away from trouble once behind the net. And able to pass it out to Seibold. Gives it right back. Gonzalez. That's going to slip through. Vieira sticking now. A 2-on-1 developing. Here's Hollington. Down the near wing. Hollington shot Opperman. Blocks it off the top of the glass. It'll stay in play. Here's Seibold. He's got a goal. That was back in the first period. And they're offside. Yep, Seibold was slowed down there by a trailing stick, and Truman Gonzalez couldn't backwards skate fast enough.
No, he could not. It wasn't quite apparent to the UNC skaters what was going on, except for Seibold, who was offsides, but it seemed pretty obvious from up here, obvious to the judges down on the ice.
Well, we have the vantage point of the advantage of elevation.
We do have the advantage of a vantage point. That is advantageous.
Face-off is one. You froze my brain up when you said the advantage of a vantage point. I didn't know what to do with that.
Yeah, well, it was advantageous.
Now Chimelka gains the zone. Lays it off for Boring. Boring in Chimelka. He missed the net.
Wide left for Chimelka.
Colin Chimelka was looking for his second tonight. And now Taggart. Taggart and Halleck tried to get a piece of the blocker. That's going to skip past Knudsen and out. And now a little bit of a foot race. Norris faked the pass and works it over to his forehand. Now Norris checked by Waterman. And now the puck's going to squirt behind the UNC net. Knudsen. Knudsen forechecked hard there by Waterman. Waterman still got it. Spins away. Tries to pass it, and he will. Low shot save. Rebound. Knocked down. That was Kukas on the last shot there for the Pioneers. 11 and a half to go from the Ice House. DU has added a goal here on the power play in this third period to make it a 1-goal game. Boren spin pass. And a good one to Chimelka, who will just fan it in to get some changes. Cade Boring forechecking. He was fresh. And now pinching and holding the zone, at least for the moment there. That was Mitch Porter. Porter hasn't had his name called a lot tonight, but he's been active, shifting between forward and defense, especially now with UNC being down a forward and defenseman in the third period. Home run pass, Wood chips it up into the mesh and out of play.
It's rare when you get to take a breath in this game. It's been active since the very get-go.
You know, I'm really thinking I should start to bring like an oxygen tank with me or something.
Well, you're coming from sea level.
It's ridiculous.
You've acclimated a bit.
Yeah,
but still,
I still have sea level lungs. It's rough. It really is. You know, again, I joke about this off the air, but all those horror stories about teams from sea level coming up to altitude and playing, it absolutely makes sense now doing it. And I'm not even an athlete.
You're just talking.
Yeah. Or even when I'm trying to be an athlete at the gym, it's ugly.
I went to the gym for the first time, and now I'm just dying.
Yeah, that's why we're up here in the booth and not down there on the ice.
That because I can't skate.
Well, hey, we're not picky here.
No.
Stick chopped away, and now trying to recover and start the attack is Porter. Porter lays it off. Hebel's shot, and boy, oh boy, did that handcuff Halleck.
That got right up in his kitchen quick, and he threw everything he had in the kitchen sink to stop it.
I've never seen a guy use a blocker and the knob of his goalie stick to make a save on a high slap shot like that. That's going to get out of play.
It's not. It's still in. They did not blow it dead.
It hit the very top of the glass and stayed in. Here's Mckee trying to gain the zone. He couldn't.
Waved off for offsides, but also no tripping called.
And now trying to gain it in the neutral zone there. Ups and bodies up a man. And now punching forward was Sun. Sun had it. He was dragged down.
They're going to call tripping on that.
Oh, man.
The stick was nowhere near the lower half of his body. It depends. Are they going to call it tripping or?
Well, they're going to get Gannon Erickson for whatever it is. Let's see what they call. It's going to be a hook.
A hooking. That makes a bit more sense.
I still don't like it, but at least
I don't like
it
it because
sense.
That was. We talk about flopping in soccer. That was as close as it gets in hockey. Not to say that it didn't have effect on him skating, but.
I like how you're able to simultaneously disparage the call, but yet point out that the call probably had some merit. It really is a talent.
I like to point out both sides of an issue.
That's the journalist in you, isn't it?
It is. It is the journalist in me, but it also helps me get to my word count on essays.
That's very true. I remember those days. DU coming out of their own end, and this is some good forechecking on the penalty kill from Buckholz, and he
gets it away. Buckholz now with the puck.
I mean, at worst case scenario, he killed another 10 seconds and stopped a rush.
He did.
That's wonderful. And he almost
he's still on it. He almost tripped himself up there.
Well, now DU, Sun here, gains the zone on the near wing. Passes, that's deflected in front, it's loose, and a couple of diving efforts by the defense as now UNC defensively, they're going all out to block anything and everything that might come near Ashton Opperman.
Yeah, they have Knudsen on the ice.
That's blocked.
As well as Jay Franciscini.
Over to the near point here. Holding it is Sun. Sun gives it over to Goldberg. Goldberg into the slot, and a good one-time effort was blocked. It's loose, and now cleared. Halleck got a glove on it and knocked it wide here. 8.5 to play. 47 seconds to go on the hooking minor to Gannon Erickson. Now trying to work out. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to go against DU, I think.
That'll be what we say for now.
The whistle was blown immediately, and DU had control of the puck.
I believe it is.
Yep.
As that is.
That's Kukas.
It is. I almost assessed it to a wrong player again. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to leave that up to you from now on.
So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for 42 seconds, and then the UNC Bears are going to pick up a power play.
I quite like 4-on-4 hockey. It's quicker. It's more fun.
Yeah, but does this game really need it?
I don't. Does this game need to be quicker or more fun?
Maybe.
Maybe. You only got a 1-goal lead.
It's 7-6. Chemelka there, good entry. Norris.
Yep. I'm sure for the coach of this game, it might as well be a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I suppose. That's flipped ahead and onside. Waterman. And what a defensive piece of work from Chemelka, the captain. In the
Back
slot,
in front.
Opperman again makes the
my goodness.
save.
He can't have caught more than the back 50% of that puck when he went down for the butterfly stop. An amazing save by Opperman.
So 12 seconds left of 4-on-4, and then Erickson elects at the box. Gannon Erickson is an effective power play player, so it'll be interesting to see if he stays on the ice or goes straight to the bench so UNC can rotate a different fifth skater out there. Faceoff is won, and now Knudsen there. He's bodied and worked over. DU had the puck and a good hit from Upstate. Here come the Bears.
They're not going to get it.
Chip pass across, here's Taggart. Taggart in front, nobody home. Loose in the slot. Sun shovels it ahead and gets it out. And UNC's back at full strength. Low shot and Opperman makes the save on Hollington. So they've got a power play for a minute forward, Ben. And going down the stretch here, how aggressive do you want to be if you're UNC up a goal in a game that's featured a lot of scoring?
I think you have to stay aggressive. As I said earlier, the score is 7-6, but it might as well be a 1-0 game. It's just 1 goal, and as we've seen this game, there's no telling who's going to score next.
That wrister from the point from Kaplan skittered wide. And now they're going to fire it ahead. It's off of sticks, and it's in. Shot and a save, Halleck. That was on Gonzalez, who was looking to complete the hat trick, and Halleck got just enough. Now resetting Chemelka. He'll give it over to Vieira. Vieira waits, rips one, and Halleck gloves it. That one again from beyond the blue line. A move that I like just from the standpoint of it gives you a face-off in the offensive zone.
It does give you a face-off from the offensive zone, but also this has been a very physical, very up-in-your-face sort of game. Taking that step back and saying, it's almost like taking a heat check on a three-pointer. Hey, if we can make this, we're going to try it. And it didn't work that time. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to it again at least one more time before this game is over.
Face-off is won by Seibold back to Franceschini. He'll set it up. Franceschini now. Goal! Brant Hebel has fired it home and has given UNC the 2-goal lead again.
Back on their feet go the fans as Hebel skates to his bench to receive his high fives from his teammates. That is exactly what UNC needed after giving up that goal.
And for Brant Hebel, it's his 3rd goal of the season. This one coming at 13-11 of the 3rd period. And a big one because UNC now leads by 2, 8-6.
Only word I can think of after that goal is authority. It was put in the back of the net quick.
It was low and it was on the blocker side of Halleck. It banked off the post. And because of it, UNC a power play connection once again. And a 2-goal lead here with 6.5. And they've blown the whistle dead. There's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be interference, and it's going against the Bears. So promptly after scoring on the power play, they're going to go on the kill. And let's see who they're going to get. Who's the guilty party here?
It looks like we have...
I think it's Franceschini.
It is. Franceschini goes to the bench as UNC again will go on 4-on-5.
So Jay Franceschini will take the penalty. In 7 games this year, that's only the 2nd penalty he's taken all season. It'll go back to the point, and there's Goldberg. Goldberg now waits with it, gives it over to Waterman. Excuse me, that's Bennett. Bennett back for Kaufman. Over to Goldberg. Back to Bennett. Slap shot, he missed it. High. Here near point Goldberg. Drops it off Kaufman. Shot blocked. Excellent work from Mitch Porter again. He's blocked a couple of shots on the penalty kill. Chase Upson now bodying up a man well. And able to hold and escape trouble is Kaufman. Kaufman fires it across. Back to the point quickly. Goldberg. There's a shot and a save by Opperman. As Bennett was looking for it. Thrown in front, nobody home. There it is again. Comes out to the point. There's the fake shot from Goldberg. He gives it to Bennett. Shot, missed the goal. 5:30 to go in the third period. UNC up 2 and trying to kill off this one. Bennett in the slot. Shot, blocked, never made it through. And that's going to get cleared. Excellent work at the top of the penalty-killing diamond for Nick Buchholz. Buchholz here forechecking a bit on Goldberg. In the center ice now it's Stephen Goodman. Goodman dodges Upson and puts it into the corner to dump and chase it himself. And Upson bodied him up hard and then took his man down.
There's a penalty on the play.
It's Chase Upson. The first hit was solid. It was the second part, not so much.
No, and Upson's going to get sent to the bench regardless. We'll see exactly what they're going to call for. It could be roughing.
Well, and they blew the play dead when DU had the puck. So we'll see. Yeah, Upson's going. That's a gimme.
So now it's going to be 5-on-3 hockey.
And the fans aren't happy. Well, and here's the thing. The first hit by Chase was completely clean.
It was. It was
that
hard,
second
but it was
hold.
clean.
It was that second hold that I think is what kind of pushed the official into this is interference.
Yeah, they viewed it as unnecessary and going too far. And I'm not going to say they're wrong. And it resulted in a penalty going for Chase Upson there.
5:08 to go in the third period. UNC up 8-6, but they've got to kill off a 5-on-3. Earlier in the game, Denver had this, DU had this opportunity and scored both times, the 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4. They were also facing a 2-goal deficit at that time. Shot and a kick save, Opperman. They were down 3-1 in the first period. In this exact situation, shot save, Opperman. Rebound save, Opperman. Everyone's jamming away.
They got their hands up. They waved it off. No goal for DU.
They thought they had scored, but the referees had lost track of the puck, so it will not count, much to the chagrin of the DU bench. So 15 seconds remain here on the 5-on-3 for the Pioneers. They're trying to figure out why it's not a goal.
If the puck's in the net, why is it not a goal? Well, there's a whole section in the hockey handbook on why that might be. I should get me one of those.
Yeah, we should do that.
We'll just pull out every single obscure rule there is.
You know what we should have done? If we'd had that handbook, we could have found the headbutting rule.
We could have. It's like fighting subsection F.
Low shot. Should it be subsection H?
For headbutt?
Yeah. Just a thought.
It could be.
There's
a whip shot, and now it's cleared by UNC.
Oh, and here comes Colby Schaefer. He'll put the pressure on Halleck, who's going to fire it up through center. So they kill off the 5-on-3, and now it's just the man advantage as the Pioneers set it up. They've got a minute 8 to work with it here. Behind the net now, punched in front, rebound, and Opperman slid across and made the save. And Vieira kind of slung David Waterman aside, who took an extra, shall we say, safety whack at the puck.
He did, and afterwards he took a sort of safety spin right into the referee there. Not intentional. Not going to get a abuse of an official.
Well, like we said, our next broadcast will be a week from tonight when they take on CU here at the Ice House. Same start time, 8:30. You can catch us here on Black Dog Hockey. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate. And for the frantic and frenetic pace that this game, at least on the scoreboard, had in the first 40 minutes, scoring-wise it hasn't matched it in the third, but the intensity's still been there.
It's still there, and the energy's still there. As Shemelka was coming off the ice after that last play, he was barking at DU, but also firing up UNC's crowd, so they still have all the energy in the world to go. 3:55 left on the clock.
Playing pitch and catch now are the Pioneers here in the middle of the point. There's a shot, and Opperman stopped it. Rebound is loose and cleared.
Great job to clear it there by Cade Boring.
Penalty killer extraordinaire, I tell you. It's just been icing on top of the cake that he's got 3 goals in the last 2 games.
It is.
And
Speaking of icing, they're going to...
Wow, they're going to put Jay Franceschini back in the box.
Oh, they are. I thought it was going to be icing, but nope. I was wrong.
So Franceschini, Ben, had played 6 games, 6 2/3 of a game, and had been penalized once, and he's picked up 2 minors in the third period.
He's ordering in bulk at this point.
I'm almost thankful that we don't have advanced metric stats up here because I don't want to see how many minor penalties these two teams have had. They've got to be in double digits, right?
We're at least 3.
So with 3:44 to go, it's a 5-on-3 face-off 1, and that puck is cleared. So
I know you wanted me to give an answer other than 3, but I know it's at least 3, and I've been wrong so many times tonight. That's what I'm going to roll with.
I like the margin of error. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah, credit where credit is due. I haven't said that yet tonight.
I know. That's why I had to work it in.
Credit where credit is due. I've thought of some new words.
At the point now, fake shot, slap shot, that missed the net. Good sliding effort from Kukas to get it on net. He led the team in power play goals last year, did Kukas. That's going to get fluttered back to the point for Sun. Slap shot, wide.
UNC Bears now have 4 skaters on the ice.
So they killed off the 5-on-3. This power play is going to take us under 2 minutes to go unless the Pioneers score. Sun shot blocked. Knudsen that time, and that's up into the mesh. And UNC is going to take their time out here.
We'll see if UNC is able to finish this game with 5 skaters on the ice. Based on their track record of the last 5 minutes, they might finish it with a few in the box.
When this timeout, I think, is really more designed to get your penalty killers some rest.
Yeah.
But I think the question that I wonder is, if you're DU with this power play, it's going to take you to 1:40 left in the hockey game. Do you consider pulling the goalie to get a 2-man advantage back, or is this still too early?
I feel it could be still too early, especially with a 2-goal lead. I want to get it within 1. Get it to where it's a do-or-die situation. We can either tie this thing or it's completely done. I'm not saying it's completely done right now because they're down by 2, but get it to where the point where it's going to make or break this game.
So you're saying give the power play a little bit more time to operate, especially considering how effective they've been?
Yes, especially. And honestly, UNC has done a great job in this period on being on the penalty kill. Adding that 6th skater, it might not do much if they've been as covering the puck as well as they have been.
Well, and after the first 2 periods where the Bears controlled the shots, the third period we've evened it up a bit more. It's now 41-36 in favor of the Bears in terms of shots. Face off to the left of Opperman. It's going to be won by UNC and cleared again. Halleck out of his net back to get it. And going back to fetch it and reset is Kukas. Buckholz with some token forecheck here at the front of the zone. Drop pass, here's Kukas. Through center. He'll give it, and down the near wing with a little bit of speed is Goldberg. Goldberg cuts it back and gives it to Kukas. Kukas now holding. Leaves it for Bennett. In front, pass blocked. Rebound, Opperman kicked it down. It's loose in front. It's in the net. It's in the net. And Ben, I don't like that you're this... I can't say it. I can't.
You can't.
Whatever I was trying to say, ignore it. Shane Bennett has a power play goal, the second of the period, in his second of the season.
I know what you're trying to say, and I don't like that I'm right either.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I really struggle with that. So now, with a 2:21 to go, we're back to a 1-goal game. It's 8-7. God, I feel for the scoreboard operator's fingers right now. They've got to be losing their mind.
I feel for them. I'm doing a lot of the same.
It's early onset carpal tunnel.
It is.
So after the faceoff, now that's up into the mesh. They're going to rule it, deflect it up, and it's going to stay here.
I think we're going to, as soon as that clock hits 1 minute, we will see a Joseph Halleck come out of the net and the 6th skater go on the ice, as long as the puck has been in UNC's side of the ice for a good period of time. If DU is able to hold it in their zone,
no icing. Opperman has to come out and play it. Opperman now bangs it around for Vieira. Vieira rims it around. Taggart with it, and he's pressured by Sun. Halleck still comfortably in his net, and here come the Bears. Nice move. Oh, and a second one goes by the wayside. And that was a turnover. Taggart scores! Cameron Taggart on the turnover makes it pay.
9-7 UNC Bears.
Cameron Taggart took the pass. He intercepted it. And it's a 2-goal game again. It's Taggart's 5th of the year. Well, that'll work.
That'll work. Take what I just said about pulling the goalie with a minute left. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. I'm knocking on every piece of wood I can find. I promise you.
So 36 seconds after DU made it a 1-goal game, UNC capitalizes and doubles their lead again. And now some of the boisterous UNC students are trying to start to warm up the bus chant, which if it wasn't a 9-7 game, sure, but it's a 9-7 game.
Crowd goes wild as the goal is announced. I have a feeling that the warm up the bus might be more of a formality as we are in Colorado and it is in Greeley now 40 degrees.
Thank you for that. It's reminding me of winter. In front, they were looking for another one. Why not?
I occasionally forget winter exists. That's okay.
And now it's in center. Ups and back to recover. And the question honestly becomes, do you bother pulling the goalie? That's going to be icing. Let's see what they do with Halleck here.
We'll see if the puck is going to be.
It's going to go back down into the UNC end, and Halleck's staying put between the pipes.
He is. He has his zone, and he will stay there. Well, now the DJ decides to put on Highway to the Danger Zone, which does have the line revving up the engines. So we are warming up this bus, apparently.
Yes, absolutely. UNC has it, and that'll get out. Now Gonzalez, 2-on-1. Gonzalez across. Halleck chops it away. Seibold now, as this game has kind of gotten the feel of resigning themselves to the fate of another L. Seibold, dipsy-do, gets some space. Seibold in front, blocked, and now trying to work it free is Kaplan. In center ice now, it's caught up in a bunch of bodies, and coming free with it now. Here's UNC. Nice defensive work.
Block there, well done.
That was Goldberg, as we are now at a half minute to go. In front, trying the wraparound there was Buchholz. It's not meant to be. Now twirling free Gonzalez. Gets it back, and here comes DU with a last rush. That's off the stick. Franceschini now. He's going to body up Kashiwa in the corner. 10 to go. The fans are now cheering. They know that it's going to be the Bears' 4th victory. They'll move to 4-1-2 on the season. And what a game for their home opener. A 9-7 victory. Cade Boring scores twice. Truman Gonzalez scores twice. The Bears hold off DU in a humdinger, Ben.
Yes, they do. I will give you the official express written consent to say humdinger for about this game.
Thank you. Thank you. So, a 9-7 victory for UNC tonight. Again, it improves them to 4-1-2. They will play tomorrow night at Metro State University in Denver. And that game is at 8 o'clock in Westminster. They'll be back home next Friday to play CU. And once again, what a good one here. Brendan Price alongside Ben Shoemate from the Greeley Ice House. Thanks for joining us. Once again, the final, UNC 9, DU 7. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and thanks for tuning in.
Have a great night, guys.
Pintusov the other way. Pintusov shot, score! Nikita Pintusov!
Desmond near side, Bubman,
wow.
It's behind him, shot, score! Tyler Gebauer on the rebound!
Versus Gagnon, up in the air, gets it down, in all alone. Oh my goodness!
It's loose.